Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 plays. We're playing XCOM Enemy Within here. Um, we got done with a special mission last time, having to do with lots of chrysalids and a whale. It's one of the standard ones that's things that come through here. I'm in dire straits here on some of these. I'm going to get an abduction coming up here, and I may lose another country. Especially if it's a choice between Asia and, like, Africa. I could end up losing another country here real quick. I don't have the ability to launch that. I already did my... need 100 to do another sweep, so I'm not going to be able to do another sweep this month. So I'm kind of stuck. I really don't have a lot to sell. I need to keep these for what little bits I do need to build. Oh, I have an alien stasis tank?
We've been at it for days now.
Oh, well, I can get 20 more there. So I guess I'll go ahead and sell that. I'm not sure what I use the Seeker Rex for. Maybe the... or the Drone Rex. I have a feeling there's something that I use to build some stuff. I don't know if I'll be using them, but I'm almost at 100 now. I've got my... one guy here with a plasma cannon. And a fusion lance. I didn't build another plasma cannon, did I? Oh, I did. Alright, let's put plasma cannon on that thing. Got 155 meld. I need way more meld. Okay, so we'll build another plasma cannon, and let's see if we can get to the Archangel armor before something bad happens to me. I'd really like to get to alien grenades before something bad happens to me, but I don't know if I'll be allowed. Okay, we got our Archangel armor complete. Okay. Advanced flight project available in the foundry. Archangel armor available for manufacture. Turns out our initial optimism about the design of this particular suit was entirely justified. Having successfully developed a miniaturized version of the alien propulsion modules recovered from the field, we've now successfully integrated this device into a suit of heavy armor. Although we've exceeded the weight of the original floater specimen these propulsion units were adapted from, we believe our adjustments to the system have actually improved their overall efficiency. Result of our efforts, this suit is capable of providing limited flight capabilities to the wearer. Heavy armor set with a small propulsion that allows for limited flight capabilities. Basically, it allows you to jump. And we believe that we can improve the small system flight capabilities of the Archangel armor and the hover shiv designs, simply increasing their maximum flight time in combat. So you can make them fly farther. Okay, I am running out of things to do that I can afford to do. Because I don't have enough weapons. I need 30 more of these, and I need 55 more of those. But I just want to keep making things. I just want to keep researching because it helps your grade in the end of time thing here. I can't really afford this. This is 170. I don't have enough to spend for that, unless I sold off Carapace armor. I don't think you get another base attendance. I wonder if I could sell off the Carapace armor. I suppose I can sell it off in an emergency. I do have 50 engineers now. Oh, I know what I wanted to look at. Is there... to build the thingamajig, I need 175. Okay. So I need money. I need money, unfortunately, and I don't really have anything to sell to get money. Okay. Well, we're going to see if we can get ourselves to alien grenades. We got to alien grenades. I got 15 more there, 5 alloys and 2 Illyrium. Do I have to do anything for the alien grenades? I don't have to build them, do I? Nope. No, I don't have to do any building. I think I just have them now. We'll check in a minute. I wanted to check in the barracks. No, that's in the foundry. Can I get any of the pistol? Various developments. Scoring a critical hit on their shot, on their targets with pistols. Do I really want to spend that right now? How long does that take? 7 days. Well, I'm saving the weapons fragments for the big thing, so I really don't want to do that. Now, if I go into the soldiers, it's like everybody just got alien grenades now? Everybody just got alien grenades. Okay. It just converts them all. Okay. Cool. We have got a fair amount of soldiers. I do want to take the lightning out on maybe an abduction mission just to see how it works. Maybe take one less colonel. Okay. Alright, not a lot of happening here. We got another research project done. Okay. It's awful quiet here. SAR is available for manufacture. An advanced prototype based on our earlier skeleton armor design. This variation makes use of our latest development in the field of optical camouflage. Studying the unusual behavior exhibited by the hyperwave beacon, we've come to understand how this device is capable of existing outside of our visible plane. With this phasing behavior in mind, we've implemented several experimental metamaterials into the weave. The structure of this suit's outermost layers. As a result, the ghost armor provides near invisibility to the wearer, allowing for enhanced evasion and infiltration capabilities in the field. But you won't let my... I don't think I can afford to buy one of those either. Running out of things to do here. Does this cost anything? That just cost alloys. I think I have more alloys than I have Illyrium. Just trying to get stuff done. Alright, let's go find out how much this costs. Ghost armor costs $225. Archangel armor costs $170. Titan costs $112. And I don't need more Carapace. I need probably another Titan armor. Or maybe an Archangel armor to put on somebody. So 6 days to a satellite, 12 days to a satellite, 6 days to a firestorm. When does my satellite Nexus comes up? The day after I get my next satellite. So I should have 2 satellites when that comes up, which means I can probably get 2 countries down quickly. Then I'll have another satellite, and I'll probably have to build another satellite after that. Should I go ahead and get that started now? Let's get another satellite started. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to stagger build them so I have satellites coming online as we go. Alright, well, something's gotta happen, right? There we go. An Exalt operation sabotage. Exalt sabotage has drained 50 from our cash reserves. Exposed, we'll go into hiding suit. So go to the situation room. They're in Argentina. We're gonna have to send a covert operation to Argentina. I don't like sending her. I do like sending him with a plasma pistol and grenades. Doesn't let me put any armor on him, which is the problem. It'd be lovely to put on, like, you know, some invisible armor or something on you, but you're not allowed to do that. So, but he's got an aim of 105. So hopefully he'll survive that. And Gene Mods, he's got the jumping, right?
After going to all this trouble, the aliens are probably more than a little upset that we didn't fall in line like they'd hoped.
Alright, Evo.
Covert operative deployed to disrupt
there.
Exalt Cell in
It's
Argentina.
about 6 days before I can get to this one. I should have... Yeah, he took all my credits. Alright, the skeleton suit will pop up. Okay. available for manufacture. Having reviewed a number of reports from soldiers deployed on past combat missions, we felt it necessary to address their concerns regarding the need for a powered ascent mechanism to scale objects in the field. With that goal in mind, this medium-density armor was developed using the alien alloys to reduce weight wherever possible. Despite the reduction in overall plate thickness, the protective qualities of this armor have been maintained throughout the use of multi-layered composition lining within the suit. Integration of a pneumatic grapple unit provides our troops with the ability to scale objects for a tactical height advantage when needed. So micro servo motors utilize this system and also augment the reflexes of anyone wearing the suit, improving the odds that the operator will avoid incoming enemy fire, while also increasing the available movement range. So those are nice for that. Okay. I can't afford to buy that. Well, I guess we'll just keep down this line till I get some weapons fragments. Unfortunately, it's been very hard to do some of these missions. Okay, it's 6 days to the covert operation. There's going to be something that happens before then. Request from South Africa, UFO flight computers. They requested 3, we have 9. Reward is 3 scientists. I'm gonna hang off on that, because I think I need those for firestorms. So we got another firestorm out there, but I don't have enough to buy another thingamajig. Okay, let's go to the gray market. What have we got here? I don't know what these are used for. They're not asking for this stuff anymore. Mechtoid core. I don't know what they're used for. That's the problem, is it doesn't tell you. That's got to be used to make my battle suit better. My problem is I don't have weapon fragments. I only got 20. I really don't have anything I can sell to make that kind of money. So I guess I'm just
We're going to need help shifting that equipment around. Get some people down there ASAP.
Use at maximum capacity.
Yeah,
Additional uplink required.
Yep, I'm waiting on it. It's like 2 days. 2 days to get my Nexus, and then I can start launching some satellites. Am I gonna get anything before then?
Commander, our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch.
Got a
We are
little
ready
bit
to
more
deploy
money.
it on your orders.
Can I get the satellite Nexus? Satellite Nexus is up. Yay, we did it. Got there without any major fight.
Satellite Nexus online.
And we got like 50 back and 5 alloys. Can we build anything with 80? I don't think we can. No, we need tons more money. We could build a skeleton suit, but that's the same as Carapace armor, and I have everybody in Titan armor. At least. Right? I was thinking of, if I can, when I get around to it, I'm going to buy at least 1 or 2 Archangel armors and put them on, like, since the sniper can jump anyway, I can put them, like, on a assault person and maybe a support person, or even a heavy, so that they can get up to the places where they can shoot people. So, also lets them, like, fly away from chrysalids, makes them harder to catch me. Skeleton suit does make you a little bit faster, but I don't think I really need that right now. Okay, I'm kind of stuck. I could do this. This takes 7 days, but I don't want to spend all my money. I'm waiting for, like, emergencies. So I'm going to get the... Yeah, something's got to happen here. No? Okay, I can't assign any more research because I don't have anything to do. Shiv Repair Project is available in the Foundry. Emp Cannon available for manufacturer. Developing an electronic magnetic weapon of emitting a focus pulse that will penetrate the alien's advanced shielding. We've also had to find a means to protect our own ship's sensitive electronics insertion. Functionality of the weapon itself had already been well established by previous testing conducted by Earth's various terrestrial military forces, leaving us with little to determine outside of the energy requirements and effective range. With all the additional shielding required to protect our systems will necessitate a reconfiguration of our ship's hardpoints for the weapon's mount, I expect the engineering team will have no trouble fitting the device into position. If our pilots can successfully deploy the pulse against the alien craft, we should be able to bring down a UFO with minimal damage to the artifacts and equipment carried inside. Oh, so it lets you get more loot. That's why you want one of those. And I'm pretty sure I can't afford to buy one. After studying one of the small alien drone units, we believe that we could upgrade our arc throwers with drone's robotic repair ability, allowing our soldiers to repair ship units in combat. New products. Okay, so that's the upgrade. And I can't do anything, so I'm screwed. I can't do anything, hun, because I don't have any weapons fragments. I don't have nearly enough. Few research credits. What do I have? So, psionics and UFO technology is what I have bonuses on. I have no active research because I don't have anything to do. That's one of the things I do like in Xenonauts 2. They said if you can't have your scientists doing anything because you don't have the equipment or whatever to research, they at least like generate a couple bucks a scientist. So they give you at least a little bit of money just by like, publishing papers and stuff like that. Do I have... Covert operations should be what's coming up next. What's my time? I'm only 16 minutes in, but covert operations take a long time. I guess we're going to have to go on the covert operation. And I'll have Emo stuck in Neverland. And I'll have to get people to defend him. I really hate it when it's one of those emitter-transmitter things because the emitter is always so far away you can't get to it. I suppose I can take a couple of lieutenants with the psionic ability instead of my colonels all the time. Alright, well, let's get there and we'll build that mission out. Are we going to get to that first or something else going to happen? Okay, so here's the extraction squad. It's an encoder and transmitter mission. Excellent. I really hate these.
We look forward to seeing your progress.
So we've got a sniper, support. What are you? Oh, you're an assault. And I bring him along because he can take hits. I could try to bring along somebody else instead of him. Who could I bring? What does she have on her? I don't remember her abilities. So she's super healer. So that's something. She's not one of the ones I would want. She's what does Smokes have? Loadout. Oh, I don't want loadout. I'll change that if I want to take her. She has smoke grenades, out-contained power systems that grant plus 20 will and plus 10 critical chance for units in the cloud. And deep pockets. So she can use stuff twice. So she get 4 healings. That might be nice, but I don't think she's that good of a shot, is she? Aim 85. I was thinking of trying to take somebody that's one of these people. Do I really want to take... I don't want to take another assault because I don't have another assault cannon thing. And I really like longbow for sniping. If I took this support person, Megara, or do I just want to go in with the A team here? I guess I'm just going to go with the A team. I really need to get using those people with the things. But I'm thinking they might be better used on an abduction because it's not as critical to getting something. So we're going to go in there. What's the time? About 20 minutes. I think I might take a look at the map. If it's way far away.
On the mission site, setting down.
Just get us down here. I might cut this one short.
Exalt has another cell operating inside the Argentinian border. Strike One will have to secure the area and ensure our operative can retrieve the intel we need.
Okay, this might be too far away. So let's launch into here and see where we're at. And I have things beeping on my phone.
Our operative was in position to transmit the data they'd acquired when Exalt forces moved into their AO. The encoder is currently shielding our transmitter's position, but if Exalt manages to hack the encoder, they'll be able to locate the transmitter. If they hack both,
oh my God,
any
they're
hope
right
we
on
had
top
of recovering
of
the
each other.
data intact will be lost.
So I've got to run like hell.
Updated.
Okay, I got to run like heck. This is probably going to take me a little bit of time. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut this one short. Here at the 21-minute mark. And then I will come back here and do this in the next video. Because I have to think about the map and how to get myself to where it need to go. I think I might take the sniper just as a sort of idea of what I'm thinking. It looks like the sniper could get out here really quickly. And it looks like I can take somebody like Peng. She can just like run right up here to be able to look at that. And then have everybody else, or I might have him run. How far can he run? Okay. He can run all the way up to here. So he can like get up here and be able to see if they suddenly penetrate it right away. And he has the grenade launcher. Don't have the flamethrower. I didn't pay attention, did I? I didn't pay attention. I brought the grenade launcher instead of the flamethrower because the flamethrower is so much nicer. It gets, when they group together, it gets a bunch of them. Although this should be doing, yeah, this is going to be, that's going to be firing alien grenades, so it will do 5 damage and clear out some stuff. But yeah, we're definitely going to have to get our troops either inside or over here really fast because they're like right next to each other. And that's going to be a problem. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run at least one person up there, and probably a couple other people, and get longbow up on the roof on this first turn. I'm not sure if I'm going to get... I'll probably have to get somebody inside here, like over here, to guard off that side, and then maybe have him... I might have him, depending on what we see when we first move, he might run like over here by the window, so he can run out, tap this thing, and then run back into cover, kind of stuff, because he's got to survive. But if he can disrupt that, I think it messes up their reinforcements really badly. But he doesn't move until I have everybody else move and see what's out here. So, because we're going to get surrounded really fast. They're going to be coming in from all over. So we might be taking some hits. Hopefully we won't lose anybody. Anyway, we're going to come back and do this next time. All right? Start off with him. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. Please leave comments on the playthrough. As a reminder, this is an uninformed playthrough, so I am, or not an uninformed playthrough, this is a everyman playthrough. So an everyman playthrough is just me playing on normal. I don't have any special things on. You can do all sorts of things in here when you're setting up your game. You can do all sorts of things to play around with how the game plays, which means there's much overplaying, like this one here. Aiming angles matters, alternate sources, total loss, Illyrian 115, it's harder to get this. Itchy trigger tentacle, when people drop in, they might shoot you rather than just move like they do now. This diminishing returns and high stakes makes it harder for you. Red fog has, when you get damaged, you shoot later. Save scum, I think, limits your saves. The ones I like to take is hidden potential, training roulette, not created equally. Because what that does is your troops, when they come in, they're not going to all have flat, like right now, they all come in with the same aim and willpower at start, and then it's just what happens to them that affects it. So you can actually recruit soldiers that might have a little better thing going, and you might have some that have worse stuff, and you'll dismiss the ones that have worse to try and get somebody who has a little better. Hidden potential is stats increase randomly. Training tree will mostly randomly generated, does not apply to mech troopers. So, like, your support person might actually get a running gun, or your sniper might get double shot. Okay, so it's makes it for much more unique soldiers. Okay, Save Scum says it resets the random number seed. So taking identical action will get you different results. That's nice too, so that if you do have to go back to a save because you really messed up, you may have a whole different situation that you're facing. Red fog is any wounds degrade your stats for the mission. Flanking shot will guarantee a critical hit. That's for people that absolutely need it. Secret of Psionics can only be learned by interrogating a psionic alien. That makes you last a little longer. Game takes considerably longer to complete. I like Marathon 2 just so that you have enough time to do everything. Okay? So there's a lot of really good things here. All right? And that's just like came with, some of those things came with Enemy Within. But I mean, a lot of that stuff is just, it lets you replay this game over and over again at the same difficulty and have a whole different experience. Like the long game or whatever, I would never film that, but in the long game, it can take a long time to get the game done. It can take you twice as long to get to the end game. So usually doesn't. Usually takes about 50% longer, but it can take up to twice as long to get to the end game. And in that case, you've got a lot of time to try and get things done and keep things under control. Ultimately, the panic in the countries and losing countries is what drives you to have to finish the game. Because if you lose 8 countries, you lose the game. So you're like, okay, I've lost like 4 countries. I need to seriously think about getting to the end game so I can get this over with before I lose 4 more. So ultimately, the panic loss is what's going to force you to finish the game. I made a mistake here. I had a satellite available. I should have dropped it on Egypt, and I would have been able to keep them. And then when I get these other satellites, I can take care of the other people that are about to go, and so on and so forth. The one thing they do not have is any way of lowering panic easily. So it's there's no counter thing, and when you do you lower panic in one country, you don't necessarily lower it in all the adjacent countries and stuff like that. It's really kind of annoying, to say the least, but it's a problem. Anyway, if you can, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 100 to 500 people by the end of the summer. I'm at 330 some, so yeah, would really help me out if you could do that. Trying to set goals for subscriptions and things like that. So now I'm asking for specific, goal numbers to try and see if we can get there. I've been doing this for several years, more as of a hobby and just to put stuff out there that people may have never seen before. And now I'm officially a retired person who works part-time to get out of the house, so I've got more time to do this kind of stuff. I'm trying to learn how to make better content and stuff like that. So comments about that would help too. Things you think I should add to the streams or the videos and stuff. I'm working on trying to figure out how to do like an intro and an extro, I guess. So that I'm not saying this stuff every time I'm doing a video. I'll just do the video, and then there'll be a 2-minute blurb at the beginning of it saying please subscribe, and a 2-minute blurb at the end that says please subscribe, and not have me rambling on like this all the time. If you do subscribe, hit the notify bell to be notified when I'm uploading videos, when I'm scheduling streams. Speaking of which, we do stream at least 3 times a week, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday is a fan pick from about a year ago to play Pathfinder Kingmaker as a female monk and to romance Tristan, which I have done. We have technically ended the game once. At the end of Chapter 7, after the big battle in Chapter 7, you get dialogue options. One of them will end the game basically as soon as you go out the little exit portal. The game ends and you get to see all the ending slides. So I did that to see if we actually did the romance right, which we did. Then I went back and I had to fight the battle again, and then I got to get those same choices, and I picked a different one that takes us into something called the epilogue and a quest called the Cursed King/Queen, because it depends on what your character is. And I'm working on that one now. I managed to get the curse that the big baddie puts on us. I got that lifted. The last time I was trying to just clean up some things and get ready for the big run into Capital and start the actual end game and end game sequencing. And I messed up, and my audio messed up, and it was like not even game sounds, so it was like truly a silent movie. And I went, nah, that's not going to work. So I pulled down that stream, and we're going to try and do that again in the next one as of this filming. So that will come up. Fridays, we're trying to do an experiment. We're trying to play computer role-playing games, but from the multiplayer point of view. So I'm trying to play things like Baldur's Gate 3 and Rogue Trader. It's called Dren608 and Family Plays, because I'm using my family as the guinea pigs to help me play these games. Ace, my youngest adult child, agreed to help me out. They're playing a barbarian, I'm playing a bard. We're playing Baldur's Gate 3. We got tired of jumping back. In fact, you're normally limited to 4 characters in your party. We were tired of jumping back and forth to camp, trying to remember which person we needed at which point in the story, because we're not that well versed in the game. So we agreed that we would add there's a mod that lets you take more party members, lets you increase the party member. You got to decrease it every time you take a long rest, so you're back down to 4, but you can increase your party members. And so we kind of set an artificial limit for ourselves to 6, so that we each get 2 companions to run their stories through. And there's like 6 companions, or 7 if you count Halson, 8 if you get Jahara, 9 if you get Minsk. So you can have up to like 9 or 10 companions depending on your actions in the game, but there's 6 core ones. And so we said, well, we'll limit ourselves to 6 so that there's always 2 that we might miss out on their storyline if we're not paying attention. So we still have to pay attention. And 6 people, the battles are still edgy. We have a slight advantage because we have extra actions, but in general, we still have been either downed or very close to it and had to take short rests or stop ourselves and say, oh, time to go get a long rest. We used up all our spells and regenerative properties and stuff like that. So combats are still close, but we do get to get more people done that way. We've had trouble scheduling that. We're averaging about once a month instead of once a week. And to fill those other Fridays, I talked with Ace, and they suggested I make a single-player playthrough. And I started rattling off things I wanted to try, and they were like, whoa, slow down. Just play an origin character. And I was like, huh? And then I thought about it. I haven't really seen a lot of playthroughs with origin characters. So when I can't do the multiplayer one, I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 as an origin character, and I'm playing Gale, because that's what Ace wanted me to play. And I've already had a couple of twists and turns in the storyline, so I'm really kind of interested in seeing how this plays out, because they have their own backstory that you're trying to fill in the gaps on and figure out what to do with it. One thing I did do is I turned on the mod that lets me have more people in my party, even though I probably don't need it. Because when I did a head count, it's like there's 6 origin characters. So if I have that build on and I up it by 2 so I can have 6 people in the party, I basically have all the origin characters running around in the party, which means I don't miss any banter between the pairings that banter back and forth, and the conversations and the little snide remarks they make when you do something. It's very entertaining for me, and I hope it's entertaining to the audience that we just don't miss any of that as we're running along. On Wednesdays, this was a fan pick. I put up a poll a little while ago when it was time for me to start streaming on Wednesdays. The poll said 100% you're going to play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. For me, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is an uninformed playthrough. I do not know what I'm doing. My sons have helped me get through a couple of the puzzles that I couldn't figure out how to, how do you do that? And then when they pointed it out to me, I'm like, duh. It was kind of obvious. Because of the items I was given or something, it's like, it's kind of obvious what you're supposed to do here, but you weren't paying it. I wasn't paying attention. The other thing that my youngest son, he's played it a lot. Both of them have played it a lot. And they both have given me some advice on building the NPCs. They said, don't build them to the equipment they start with, build them to their stats. And I'm like, well, that makes perfect sense. And I didn't really do that. So I'm about halfway through the build process. And I may have made a couple of oopses along the way, not building them fully to their stats. But I'm going to try and correct that. I have a few people that need to get up a level here and there. So I'm going to try and start building them towards their stat lines. Because, like, somebody's actually stronger than they are dexterous, but they show up with a gun. And you're like, well, why aren't you using, like, vibro swords and stuff? Because that's what you're good at. But that's the kind of thing I have to pay attention to now. But I'm enjoying it, and I think people are enjoying watching it. I had somebody tell me that they'd never seen a certain dialogue line that I popped up when I was talking to one of the NPCs. So I'm discovering things that other people haven't seen yet, so I'm really happy about that. Other than that, there will be some more content like this, episodic content, I call it. I will also be doing Xenonauts 2. Milestone 5 dropped. It's just about stable enough, I think, where I can actually try and do some streaming of it. I may add another stream to the schedule, and what I'm planning to do there is stream a month at a time. Because in that one, you only usually ever have like 2 or maybe 3 battles a month. Sometimes you can get up to 4 if you shoot down a UFO. So you usually only have 3 or 4 battles in a game month, and you should be able to do that in like 2 or 3 hours. I should be able to get that streamed out, just stream out a month at a time, and see how that goes. I'll probably put up a poll on whether people want me to do a stream or if they want me to break it down into much smaller chunks. I prefer to do a stream. I'm coming to the point where I'd like to do streams more than episodic content. This is one of the exceptions because it is very breakable into little chunks. I just had a bunch of base stuff, and now I'm at the beginning of a mission. And then I'll do the mission next time and finish up whatever time I have left doing some base stuff. I probably won't have much at all. And then the following one, I'll start off with doing some base stuff, and then we'll get another mission. And if it's not early enough in the recording, I'll just say, okay, we're going to go get ourselves, set up, and we'll go to the mission to the start like this, and we'll do it the next time. So that's kind of the pattern I'm working on. If you do subscribe and hit the notify bell, you'll be notified when I put up those polls about how to present content and what content to present. And then you can participate in that. Okay? All right. I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.